Hi, good evening, and welcome to my daily live session on various topics for execution excellence. My name is Dinakar. I'm the founder of Samuthana and the inventor of DoHow, a methodology for achieving amazing outcomes, challenging goals and targets by making sure that the teams first get aligned, and after that the teams develop the necessary competencies and skills to achieve those goals, so that after they have achieved they can also sustain that in the future. And that's something which is an innovation, a very interesting methodology which involves thinking, which involves brainstorming, which involves teamwork, which involves regular reporting, regular reviews. Multiple things are part of that. Please do have a look by visiting uh, dinakarmurthy.com/e-brochure. And if you have any question, you can write to me at dinakarmurthy@samutana.com. We have been able to deliver a top line of 20% plus to customers and a bottom line of 15% plus to customers in the last 8 years that I've been active. And with that very brief introduction, I welcome you to join my live session today. For that, you need to just enter dinakarmurthy.com/live in any browser, and then it will bring you to the StreamYard join page, and from there you can join live and you can discuss with me live today on this live stream. Uh, Before I get into the topic for the day, I want to share something which is interesting. From today onwards, or let us say yesterday onwards, I started already. I have various tools and methods in my toolkit. I said I keep talking about that for execution excellence. I said now I'll try talking about that, those tools, those methods, in what way they could be useful for COVID, for containing the COVID situation, for us to survive with the COVID. Because I'm sure there will be multiple more waves, some more waves coming up. It's the COVID-19 is not over. It's just the starting. So I'm sure multiple waves will come up. Therefore, we need to be learning to survive with COVID-19, because COVID also is life, and life will not die so easily. Evolution is something which we have learned, how life has survived and how the various life forms survive in this nature is something phenomenal. So therefore, we need to expect multiple such waves, and for that we need to get prepared, change our lifestyle, change our behavior to suit the COVID-19 prevention. I talk about this because if you look at it in our lives, there have been situations where we have to change our behavior, change the way we live, change the way we interact, change the way we prepare ourselves, take care of ourselves, and all that needs to be done now. And that's the only way that we can control this pandemic, and there is no other way, in my opinion. Of course, there is vaccine, but vaccine also will not long last forever. There could be multiple strains coming up. Unless we take care of ourselves, it will not be possible. This is a do or die situation, a very, very intense situation. In fact, the predators are not outside, predators are inside. Very, very micro predators are there. So we need to take care of ourselves in that. And for helping everybody do that, I have developed a specific app. Right? I do what is called as consultant coaching, get people to discuss about various topics. It's a kind of a dialogue where that's what DoHo is all about, to get people to debate and discuss. It's a Socratic methodology. Socratic means you are not teaching anything, but you're getting people to discover themselves by asking them questions. And these questions are listed out in an app. And that app is accessible when you visit samutana.businessdohow.com. This Saturday and Sunday, when I write my blog and share the week, I didn't do any blog, any sharing for the last three weeks because I was working on this. I didn't want to really bombard again with a lot of technical topics at this unfortunate moment in our humanity. So I will share that. You can go, for those of you who are interested, watching this video, can directly go to samutana.businessdohow.com and then register yourselves and then check out the app for COVID consultant coaching. And try to find out if you find a protege. I said protege is somebody who you want to coach them, you want to get them to become better, and that kind of a chain is what we need to establish. One after the other, we start coaching, start helping people, and start getting people to start changing their lifestyle, and slowly it will change, and I'm confident that we will survive this pandemic. And I, at this moment, I only want to talk about one more topic before I get into today's discussion. See, in companies, we have what is called as 5S. I'm sure many companies, in fact, some of the companies like ACE designers, like Tegutech, they are award winners in 5S. I'm sure inside when there people are working there, they are not different. They are staying in all kinds of localities in Bangalore where the housekeeping is dirty. Inside the house, the organization is not that ideal, and some of them could be living in joint families where the impact that they would have on the joint family to really maintain the same kind of a fires as in the factories would be different, would not be possible at all. So with all that, inside the factories, they have a different kind of a fires. I spoke about these two examples because those two have won fires awards continuously. Fires is basically a Japanese philosophy for workplace organization, which talks about five S's, starting with sorting, straightening, then shining, standardizing, and sustaining. These are the five S's. Which basically speak about the maturity of any organization in terms of sustaining uh, the. It's not housekeeping actually. It's about a workplace organization so that it is organized in the right way, so that you don't need to do multitasking. And many people say that look, we need multitaskers. Multitaskers are not the right ones. We need people who can work focused at a particular time. But multitaskers on a macro level where they're able to do multiple activities during the day, but not multitasking. So that having been said, so 5S can be implemented in organizations only through top-down, what should I say, coaching, mentoring, continuously. I remember Toyota would say that, look, if the guy didn't understand, there's no point in firing him, no point in using a stick or a carrot, just teach him again. So the same thing we need to be doing in the community over and over and over again on various COVID topics so that the behavior changes in our community. And with that, I offer this to the society, offer this to the community. I'll write about that this weekend. And then let me get to today's topic. I'm sorry, today I took a little longer in talking about various things. Today I'm talking about significance. What is significance? This is one of the quality tools which one would use to identify the causes of any problem. When you look at a problem, when you look at a situation, when you look at a context, it is generally having some patterns. And unless we understand these patterns and then find out what is the significance in those patterns. For example, in this pictorial, you see that there are three which are squares and only one which is a triangle. So the triangle is the one which is significant in the entire group. And therefore, just look at the triangle to find out what is special about the triangle, then we normally find a solution. So that is the core idea of significance. Now, in the case of COVID, what way can we apply this methodology there is something which I want to talk about in the next couple of minutes. There are a lot of data available. I think there is. I'll just do that now. I think it's the easiest thing to do instead of looking at this data. Let me share the screen and then I'll directly go on. It's better to do live. So here, if you go to any web browser and then type in COVID 19 data download, okay. So you get a portal, and this is the one where select, and then this is the one our world data or COVID-19 WHO. This is the one, not this one, not this one. This is the one, our world data. So here you get the latest data. This I have downloaded multiple times. You can really get the XLS here. XLS download you can do. This gives you the data of the entire COVID history, whatever that has happened till now. Now it has come to 13 point odd MB megabytes. So I need to open this file now. I'll open it here. You can see that I'm doing it live. And here there are multiple factors which have been identified, but not everything is really nice to, what should I say, to really find out the significance. There are multiple columns here, and this is the entire database where you start with the ISO code of the continent, ISO code of the country. Then after that, the continent in which the country is located, location, date on which what is the date and how many they reported. This is the horizontal row talks about the data which was reported. Then after the total cases, news cases, smoothed out, new deaths, smoothed out, and total cases per million, etc. It goes on like that. Okay. Now the question is here, this is only a data which is being keyed in, but in the case of the for us to find out the significance, it is important for us to understand what are the contributors there. Now, when I say contributors, it could be something like a number of people who have gone to some kind of a behavior, some kind of a gathering. Maybe they've gone to a temple, they've gone to a church, they've gone to a mosque. Did that happen in the last 15 days, or did they go on a public transport? Or like that. If that data were available, I don't know if it is available at all or not. That is one aspect. The second aspect is there data available as to what was their blood group, what was their past medical history. Of course, there are things about comorbidities which people are talking about. Apart from that, is there anything to talk about ethnicity? Is there anything to do about race? Anything to do about the age? All these data, once it is available, then one could start looking at the significance as to which is the one which is significant. In my opinion, and that's something which I'm not sure whether it is being corrected at all. I have not got a RT-PCR test done. Was not necessary. I'm not having any symptoms as of now. So if maybe I'm not sure whether they're collecting all those data at that point. If somebody is having that information, please do share with me. I would be interested in supporting, and if anybody is interested in joining me with this exercise of finding out there could be any other main contributing factors so that they can be controlled better. That's a very simple way of problem solving. How is it done in companies? You make a Ishikawa diagram, and after making an Ishikawa diagram, identify all the causes, and for each of the causes, start controlling them. And once you start controlling them, you know which cause is the one which is contributing the maximum, because some causes you can't control. The variations would be too high. And those things would be the ones which contribute the end effect. And then you can narrow it down. And that's the way it works. And here also we could do that if suppose we can understand what are the significant causes which are contributing to COVID. And that's what we can do with using significance as a tool for understanding and analyzing COVID situation. And with that, I come to the end of today's discussion. Let me just give you a very brief peek into what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is a different one altogether. It's called as Yetton-Vroom decision-making model. It's a very interesting model which I learned when I was in Germany. It's fantastic. In fact, it's very, very practical. And I'll explain about that tomorrow, and see you tomorrow. For those of you in India, have a nice evening. For those of you outside India, have a great day ahead. And till tomorrow, to try out the Duhau COVID consultant coaching app, which I said that is the one which you need to go to, samutana.businessduhau.com, and then let's meet up again tomorrow at 8:30. Thank you, Dan, and goodbye.